Well, hello, hello. Happy Thursday night. I am thrilled to pieces to be here with my good friend, Dr. Michael Gross. And go ahead, Michael, say hi.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
We've been really, really busy today on a lot of different projects, and we are just thrilled to pieces to be here to share this beautiful message that Michael has for us today. We are, as we all know, I'm sure you've heard Michael say this before, we've entered the age of Aquarius, and that's the topic tonight about how it affects your life. So I'll go ahead quickly and introduce him for those of you who are new, and we welcome questions. You can put them in the comments below, and I will also put all his contact information in the comments so that you'll be able to contact him at your leisure when you have more time, okay? So here we go. Dr. Michael Gross is a professional keynote speaker, an energy transformational coach, an entrepreneur, and the author of Healing, whoops, the author of The Spiritual Primer. Sorry about that, Michael. I almost gave him my book title. Isn't that funny? Okay, we're going to start again. He is the author of The Spiritual Primer, applying God's 12 transformational laws to reawaken your soul by reconnecting to God, the true source, to experience your true source's love, joy, and happiness. He helps you achieve your unlimited life. For over 30 years, Dr. Michael Gross has been a spiritual teacher, a multidimensional healer, transformational coach who is exceptionally skilled in all aspects of soul, oversoul, vibrations, frequencies, body timing, life force energies, and a lot more. Dr. Michael Gross holds many degrees, some of which include the Doctorate of Alternative Healing Psychology. He's a Reiki master, teacher. He's a thought field therapist, certified professional hypnotherapist, a non-denominational minister, and he has other skills as well. He offers workshops which include reconnecting to God, the true source, cellular release, manifestation protocols, energy, multidimensional healing, enlightenment, and many more. Stay tuned, please, to Dr. Michael Gross's YouTube channel because I have a feeling he's got some new workshops coming up very, very soon. He's also an international intuitive consultant for corporations, and he's traveled over half the world. His clients are in USA, Australia, New Zealand, South America, Asia, and other countries. His messages are now being heard in the Baltic countries and also in South Korea and Sweden. So I would like to go ahead and take this beautiful opportunity to welcome my dear friend, Dr. Michael Gross, to the stage, and I will go ahead and mute myself out. Okay, Michael? Here you go.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. So today is a very important day. We're in January of 2025, and looking at things that are going on. Spend a moment after we're done with this to say a prayer for all those in Southern California. It's burned over, I think, 19,000 acres. Over 5,000 homes have burned down. They don't have enough water, enough responders, etc. So say a prayer. I know I have. So each day ask for a prayer for them to heal and for the fires to end. That would be really great. And they're having a lot of problems. They are bless their souls. Also, what's interesting is, excuse me, everyone. I read where 2 months before this fire started, a lot of insurance companies canceled fire insurance. So a lot of people are going to be losing their homes and they're going to be up the creek without a paddle. So I thought I'd mention that. Well, now we're going into the age of Aquarius, and it's going to last to 2044. So we're looking at almost 20 years, probably a little more than 20 years. And what we really have to understand what's going on is that with the shift of an age of Aquarius, the truth is coming out, lies, subterfuge, all this stuff is coming forward. But how does it affect you personally? And I know I talked the other week about it, but how do you work with it? And I want all of you to understand that this is a golden opportunity that you're going to do a mini life review when you meditate. If you meditate, I advise you to meditate. Or you'll have thoughts when you were younger, this happened, that happened, some embarrassing things, some things you're not proud of, and so on. This is a wonderful thing because this is not a negative or a punishment. What it is a chance for you to go, oh, this is what I learned. and anybody you've ever harmed, say a little prayer or meditation, ask to speak to their soul, and ask for forgiveness. And that whether you do it verbally, which some people will never forgive you because they like holding a grudge, and if you hold a grudge long enough, it's going to make you sick and cause high blood pressure and all kinds of other things. So in your meditation, ask permission, talk to the soul of whomever it may be, and ask them to forgive you. And it's really interesting because they will forgive you because the soul is unconditionally loving, allowing, non-judgmental. It's our human body, it's our ego, which holds grudges and doesn't want to let go, and so on and so forth. So it's really, really important. Now, what it is in this point in life is that you are master of your life. One of the wonderful uh, cliches that the true source have brought forth, and you've heard me mention it before, are you a slave of your fears or master of your life? And so you are given the opportunity all this year to turn around and ask for forgiveness from the souls. And not only that, but forgive yourself for the things you've gone through. And it's never been more easy than it will be in this 12-month period, which is phenomenal. And I'd like to play with words. So I'd like you all to know that everything in your life is an experience. Everything in your life empowers you. Everything in your life, no matter what you determine as positive or negative, creates growth, understanding, and knowledge. And that's really what I'd like you all to look about. It's not an excuse to say I hurt somebody or I did this or that. I just want to learn it. You didn't set out to do it unless you're a very vicious person. And then if you did, I want to duck because the karma is going to bite you in the toes and you know where you sit. So I would like you all to be aware of that. But how do you work with the energy of Aquarius right now? Well, let me tell you what's going to be happening. We have a symbiotic relationship with the nature spirits, which I've talked to you about before. All the anger, all the frustrations, all things going on, Mother Nature is going to be responding to it. So in this coming year, there's going to be a lot of earth changes, hurricanes, volcanoes, earthquakes, tornadoes, tsunamis, flooding, all kinds of stuff is going on. And it's like Mother Earth said, A, you're not respecting me. B, you're angry and your anger affects me. So when I say a symbiotic relationship, it is like you go to a party. You've heard me say this before, and everybody's happy. You're sad. You get happy, and vice versa. So all the anxiety, all the hate going on the planet, not only in the United States, but all over, every major government is getting in trouble. Every major leader is getting in trouble. And this is a wonderful thing because change is positive. But when you come with change, there's always chaos, and then it turns into from, lemons into honey and into joy. And you are going through many changes in your life. So you go through it kicking, screaming, yelling, and being a victim. And there are no such things as a victim, by the way. It's a nice thing to say, well, I'm a victim. No, you created it or you let it be happen. But I say you created it as you did nothing. You didn't stop it or block it, and therefore something occurred. It's a great excuse. But you know what? Excuses don't put money in the pocket, don't create love and joy and happiness. It just keeps you locked in, a slave of your own fears, because that's what it's all about. So, what your soul is asking you and the universe at this time is say, hey, clean the hallway, clean the crud around you, step up, move forward, and let's create a life that brings you love and joy and happiness. So, what I'm asking all of you to do is to write down 7 things that you would like to accomplish in this year. All right, 7 things. However, I'm going to give a proviso. Let money be the last if you so desire money, extra money. Because as Steve Jobs says, money didn't help him. And, he died of pancreatic cancer. So there are most important things in any order. And I'm going to ask some of you, or all of you, when we come on next week, to post some of the 7 that you've asked for, all 7. We'll have time to review them. And it'd be interesting. I'm not going to say it's negative or positive, but I'll just ask general questions to everybody. You know, why did you think of manifesting this in your life? And you could answer give us an answer, or you can think about it and keep it to yourself, whatever it is. My whole purpose is in this is for you to realize that you need to change your thinking about your life and what's occurring in your life. You need to understand this, what's in your life. And that's so very, very important. Because in the age of Aquarius, the truth is coming out. It's humanity, it's compassion, it's love, it's understanding, exposure of lies. And this is a very positive thing because in the future, we're going to be looking at things differently. We're going to think twice. So part of this process is learning to react in the back door and act in the front door. And by that, I mean your button is pushed, you're going to react. Put it in the back burner, put it in the back door, close the door, and act. Think about it. Use your critical thinking. Is this really true? Instead of getting angry and upset. And it's so easy to get angry, upset, especially in these days. And I will tell you that our press and people on all different YouTube and social media and all the things that are going on, it's so easy to listen to them and get you fired up. But this is the time about you, not about them. I found it very interesting that I saw on the news that Mark Zuckerberg is no longer going to allow any any intervention of whatever you're posting. Before they wouldn't allow certain things, they would block it, they'd put you in jail or whatever they call it, or suspension. Of course, no swearing and cursing, but you're allowed to express your opinion. You like this one, you don't like that one, or whatever. We do have freedom of speech. And it's also interested, but I saw on YouTube, which I don't know is true, Mark Zuckerberg spends $23 million a year on private uh, bodyguards. Like $23 million a year on private bodyguards? Even if that's erroneous as half, I wouldn't want to walk around and have people want to threaten my life. I take a look and saying, why are they doing this? And what is my purpose in social media? Well, social media is a place to express your thoughts. You can be pro this or pro that. That's fine, but not to be accusatory and really swear and curse. You can disagree with anybody you so desire. And that's so very, very important. And in some of the states, and the state of Washington, where I am, they're trying to put together a group who will judge hate crimes. And they'll interpret if you say something, hate crimes, which you can be put in jail or you can be, fined or whatever. So if I say I hate all people who eat vanilla ice cream, and someone says you offend me and that's a hate crime, I could be apprehended, go to jail, or have to be fined. I mean, it's getting a little bit ridiculous because within us, we really know what the truth is. And you can say, I dislike ice cream. I was talking to one of my clients and she said, I hate Trump, hate Trump, hate Trump. And I said, you know what? Do not hate anybody. You can dislike them. You're free to do that. But listen to your voice, listen to the venom. Whatever you hate, did you know you're manifesting in your life and it's going to come back into you? No, not that Donald Trump's going to come back in your face. But what's going to come back is what you think you create, which creates your experience. And I want to spend a moment because all thoughts or energy are magnetic. In other words, you draw it into your life and manifest it. So think for a minute how this works. You go to a little pond or maybe to a little wishing well and you throw a penny in the center and you see these ripples go out toward the edges. That's kind of like how your thoughts go. But watch what happens. Look at it carefully and you see the ripples go underwater and go back to the origin where you drop the pebble or the penny. That's the way your manifestation works. Whatever you're putting out there comes back to you. I know Tia would like to say something, so please do.
I have a question. Yes, Michael.
Yeah.
You're talking about energies and what we're putting out there. So, as those energies are coming back to us, is that why so many people are feeling tired all the time now?
No, thank you for bringing that up. I would say maybe it could be, but the real reason is that we're going into a new vibration, frequency, and energy. And going into a new vibration and frequency and energy, the universe, the true source, your angels, your guides are all working as a team to raise your vibration. Well, once you raise your vibration, you get out of anger, frustration, and hate because the vibration you're being hit with is unconditional love. That's the vibration. And as you raise your vibrations, then your immune system, your hormones, your glands, everything is responding in a positive way. Also, your cellular structure is raising its vibration, its functions, its energy getting stronger and stronger. You know, as I'm talking about this, there was a very dear client of mine, one of my students, many, many years ago, and she said she wasn't feeling good. She was tired, she had a little breathing. She went to the doctor, they checked her lungs. Everything's fine. Everything's fine with her. Nothing wrong. And I explained to her what's happening, and now she's thinking about it, which she should. But realization that that energy that's hitting her was worrying her because she's getting older. Is she becoming more feeble? No, it's raising her vibrations and energy. So everything has an intelligence, and your body responds to that intelligence. And because it does, you are creating your reality. You know, I've talked about if you're angry, you go to work in the morning and you're pissed off, and you get in the car, you get stuck in traffic, find a hard place to park. Excuse me. Then you maybe go to Starbucks, got a cup of coffee, run into the office. I'm sorry, and spill the cup of coffee, and everybody's grouchy, and you're having a hard day because you had that attitude when you woke up in the morning. So what if you woke up in the morning and said, you know, my intention, everything goes smoothly, beautifully, happily, everybody's cooperative, I'm on time. Yes, yes, yes. What are you attracting? All things that bring joy and happiness. Maybe a tiny little bump in the road, but 98% of it is really smooth as silk. So you see, that purpose is for you to understand how you create your reality. One of the tests I do, and I would like all of you to do this, it'll remind you, and some of you haven't done it. 3 times a day, I say, I give thanks for anybody who's bought me breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Say it 3 times a day, every day. Watch what happens in 35 days or less. Somebody's going to buy you breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And so, oh, that isn't right. What do you mean it's not right to say that? It proves a point. And if I'm taking you out to breakfast, lunch, or dinner, I am thrilled to do it. So I'm happy to treat you to it. Nobody's holding a shotgun to my head or a noose around my neck and making me buy you breakfast, lunch, or dinner. It's something I enjoy doing. So, minute you put up a block, well, you know, that's not right to do. You know what you're saying? You're saying I'm unworthy. I'm not worthy of somebody showing me a good time or treating me nicely or doing something nice. That's what you're telling your soul. That's what you're telling the universe. You know what happens? Okay, all energy is neutral. You're manifesting negative energy and problem. You must like it, so we'll give it to you. But if you do a 180-degree turnaround, well, you must like this, so we're going to give you this. That's the way the universe works. It doesn't judge you. You judge. Tio, you wanted to say something.
I do, yes, thank you. So, along the lines of unconditional love and the power, the energy of love, is that why this is going to, I'll just say it, those wildfires in California keep getting, they're so big and so they're so hard to control right now? Has that got anything to do with the energy going on in that area?
Absolutely. It is absolutely. I remember when I left Boston, and it was when the Whitewater case where savings and loans over, you know, gave out loans and people were going bankrupt and the economy went downhill. And it was back in 87, 88, 89. People were just leaving. And we had one of the worst winters, not the worst, but one of the worst winters in New England because of all the emotion of disparity, anger, and fear. So as we look in California, we know that California is a life unto its own. They have their own economy. By the way, I think the economy is seventh or ninth in the world. So they do a lot of producing of things. But if you read about California, there was so much hate, so much anger. They don't like this political party, that political party, go on and on. People were a lot of theft and stealing. And they passed a law that you go into a store, if you steal under $1,000 worth of goods, they're not going to stop you and you won't go to jail. All these wonderful things that they're passing to allow chaos to begin. And people are getting impatient, unhappy. In fact, they're running out of water. I don't understand why, but why they're running out of water. Well, whatever is occurring there, part of the emotion of the anger that's going on, Mother Earth is reacting. And she's purifying herself. Well, nothing purifies greater than fire. Fire will purify everything. If you have a cup full of poison and you throw the cup into the fire, it'll boil away the poisons or it'll disintegrate and it'll purify the cup. It may destroy the cup, but nevertheless, let's not be exaggerating here. The point is, our emotions affect everything around us. You and I, nature spirits, Mother Earth, she's a living, breathing entity. So we have to take responsibility for it. So look at these fires, wherever they may be, and there's going to be more all over all of the United States and world, as like this is a wake-up call. We got to change our attitude. We don't have to be woo-woo, as you say. Spiritual means being unconditionally loving, allowing, non-judgmental. Gee, who taught that? Let me see. There was a man called Jesus that taught that. Gee, why doesn't everybody listen? And there were others, Buddha and Krishna and many others taught that. But unconditional love, no strings attached. Isn't it about time we express love? You know what happens when you're expressing love? Universe goes, oh, you're giving out love. You must like it. So we're going to give you all forms of love, things that bring you health, happiness, prosperity, abundance, friends, everything. This is a period that's going on that you're going to raise your vibrations if you allow it. Just say, I welcome my new higher vibration and mean it. But there are other people who will just mouth it, but they won't. And so what's going to be happening is a lot of these people, you know, whether they're friends or acquaintances, are going to disappear from your life. You might see them, you're going, oh, they're not talking to me anymore. How come? What I do? You did nothing wrong. It's that you've raised yourself to a higher degree, which means you're going to attract more people, whatever you're expressing. But if you're negative, guess what? You're going to attract all the negative people or whatever you're going to attract. See, that's how powerful you are. The age of Aquarius is saying, now you wake up, you're in control. What do you desire to accomplish? And why aren't you doing it? And since there's no judgment, go ahead and create the chaos or go ahead and create joy and happiness. Your soul, by the way, knows what brings you joy and happiness. You don't have to write a toilet paper roll of this and 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 this. That's what people do. I help a man. Oh, and this. Oh, and this. Oh, and this. I say, whoa, whoa. That's 5 or 6 manifestation. How about perfect joy? Word perfect. What does that mean? Everything your soul knows that is just perfect for you and right for you. Not what your ego says, but what your soul knows. And your soul knows what's right. This is so important for you to understand. I know I'm a little animated tonight. Maybe more of this will follow through, but I want you to get the message. I desire for you to get the message. Change now. Bring about things that bring happiness and joy and your perfect life. If nothing else, your perfect life. And just watch what happens. That's so important. I'm just checking the clock and I see we're almost running down to the hour at which I'm going to disappear and leave all these thoughts, and so will to you. Therefore, I'd like to bring up a couple of things. Every Tuesday evening from 6:30 p.m. Pacific time to 7:30 p.m., I do what is called Soul Awakening. I invite all of you, and it's done on freeconferencecall.com. We'll give you the numbers. So as I said before, you can be in your pajamas or your tutu or whatever. I'll never know. But listen, maybe you have a lot of answers. Maybe you have a question. Maybe you knew this, but you forgot that. But it's so important. And then after the end of that, I'll deliver a 10-minute message, a motivational message. So let's go back to this. From 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. Tio, tell them how they can join us.
I'd be happy to. You just dial in 202-926-1059 and the access code, Michael?
125446#. One more time, please.
Okay, 202-926-1059. 1059. And the access code, Michael?
125446 pound. Using that same telephone number, that same code, the second Saturday of every month, I do what is called the Mass Consciousness Healing. It's so dear to my heart, so important. Because here's the beauty: you suddenly will become a conduit for the true source's unconditional love. And then it goes through your body. Well, what good would that do me? Nothing negative can live in the energy of love. Nothing, 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 nothing. Period. So when you do that, the first 5 or 6 minutes I'm on, we chat, see where you're from. Then we go into silence. It starts at 9:55 a.m. Pacific time, and it goes to 11:01 Pacific time. And approximately, I said 9:55, somewhere between 10 o'clock and 10:02, we'll start doing the mass consciousness healing, where you will become a conduit for the true source of unconditional love, flowing through your body and just going out through the universe, touching everyone on this planet. Everything, animal, mineral, vegetable kingdom. And remember, we're part of the animal kingdom. So in order to join us, why don't you give them the telephone numbers again?
I would be happy to give them the numbers, Michael. You're getting some beautiful comments here. I'd like to share them as well, okay? May I go ahead and interrupt a little bit here?
Well, give them the telephone number and then go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay. That phone number is the same as the Tuesday night call-in, which is 202-926-1059. And the access code, Michael?
125446 pound.
Okay, one more time. 202-926-1059. And the access code, Michael?
125446 pound.
You are such a treat to talk to today. Carry on. Okay.
Okay,
What comes
now
next?
the next thing I'd like to share with you is that, remember I was saying that I leave a 10-minute message. So these are recorded. They're about 355, 356. Starts at number 3, and they're 10 minutes long. And let's supposing you're tired, you're exhausted, you're grouchy, you're stuck in traffic, you don't feel good. What would it hurt for you to dial in and listen to these 10-minute messages? The feedback I get, wow, just what I needed to hear. I feel great. Thank you, Michael. And again, this is on freeconferencecall.com. So if you're stuck in traffic or whatever, you can listen to it on the phone. Would you give them that information, please?
Absolutely. It's 434-300-4170. And the code, Michael?
125446 pound. One more time, please.
434-300-4170. And the code, Michael?
125446 pound. And it starts at number 3 to about 354.55. Now they're not labeled, and then I forgot to label them. The true source said, "No, you didn't. You want to read through 350 labeled? No." Tell everybody to trust their soul. Just as I think I want to listen to number 207, and they go, "Wow, just what I needed to hear." Or listen to all of them if you have the time. But truly, take the time, because this is all channeled information. Also, if you go onto YouTube, Dr. Michael B. Gross, and you can listen to the repeats of our podcast, He, You, and I Do, but also some of these messages, not all of them, are recorded, but you'll see a beautiful photograph, and T is an award-winning photographer, and you'll see a quote, and audibly you will hear my voice. So you might want to do that, and we will be expanding that, so that's a great opportunity. Also, I want to offer all of you a complimentary 30-minute session if you haven't had one before. Sometimes I run over that, but ask any questions. I'm here to help you and help you to do what is important, because you see, we are the solution. We can make a difference to what's happening in this world. And my mission and goal is to help you understand that. Also to reconnect with the true source so that you can do your spiritual mission and goal. And we act as a team to turn this planet around. Can it be done? Yeah, absolutely. And my goal is to get 1% of the population. 1%. A lot of people, but it will make a change. And it's up to each one of us. We start with one, two, and it keeps doubling, and the domino theory. So I encourage all of you to please do that. And you can go
And
to
Michael,
michaelgross.com and you can see my website. You may have some questions. Yes, Tio.
I don't want to skip this. Okay, you've got several people that are sending you lots of love and hugs. They absolutely
Thank you.
love you today. And um, Darshan says our soul is perfect joy, and that's exactly what you're sharing.
Yes.
Valerie loves us both. Thank you for the message. We've got Krista here sending hugs, and Sarah just says hello as well. So you are really on fire tonight, Michael. Everybody loves you, and that's what we need more of in our planet. So thank you so much for being here
Thank you.
tonight.
Thank you, everyone, for your kind thoughts and wishes. I appreciate it. Well, now we're coming to the conclusion. So we're coming to the conclusion. And this is brought to you by Healing the Holes in Your Soul. And let me get a little bit better. There we go. This is a book written by T.U. Knapp. It's all about rising from the ashes like the phoenix and being reborn and rebirth, going through trials and tribulations. And I think the guy that wrote the introduction, he's incredible. I know him well.
And the incredible guy who wrote the intro on my book is the incredible guy who wrote this book, The Spiritual Primer. I tell you, this book is priceless. I know he's got a reasonable price tag on it, but it saved my life. Dr. Michael Gross encouraged me to write that book. Had it not been for his book and him working with me, tomorrow will be our 5-year anniversary that we've been together he's been coaching me for 5 years. And I am truly blessed and honored to have him in my life. So start with this book. The only way to get it right now is to connect with one of us, and we'll make sure he gets the signed copy to you in your mailbox or however you choose to get it delivered, okay? Definitely start right here and take him up on his complimentary consultation because the man is priceless. He is so gosh darn blessed, and just everything that he shares with us, it's priceless. It will definitely change your life. So on that note, Michael, is there anything else that we can add?
Nope, except for the book is $29.95, includes shipping and handling. There are no extra charges, and it'd be an honor for me to put a little note about you and your future in the book. It's really great, so please pass the word. Thank you, everyone, and I want all of you to know that I appreciate all of you. I thank you for giving up your valuable time, and you know what? Because you've done that, what the law of right action and correct exchange, it will bless you and come back to you. Anything you do that is just right action and correct exchange come back to you. So we're going into our new year. I love you all. Please spread the word, have others join us. And remember, you are unlimited. I love you. Take care, everyone.
Namaste.
Namaste.
I love you, Michael. Love you all. Thank you for joining us. Invite your friends. We'll be here on Thursday, every Thursday, okay? Thank you.
Take care.